Okay, here we are. It's the 599 HGTE handling pack car, and we're going to change the shock absorbers. I've taken the rear wheel off just to get straight into it. Now, to take the shock absorber off, as you can see from this current shock absorber, hopefully you can see, we've actually got all this gunk here because the shocks have leaked out and it's just totally a mess. And we're going to change this shock. It's not a difficult process. So the first thing we've got to do is up here, we've got to undo these 4 nuts to bring the shock down. There will be a wire clip at the top of the shock. We also have to undo this nut here, which goes through the lower or the hub here, the hub assembly. So we undo this nut, and then on this side the pin will come out. This pin here, I don't know if you can see it, well, there's a pin here, will come out, and I'll show you that. And then once that's it, you just undo this pin, those 4 nuts up there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is all loose. However, the shock still doesn't come out, so we have to do the upper control arm, the flan block. These are flan blocks here, attaching to the chassis. We do this nut, this nut, this nut, and this nut, and you'll see how this will drop out. So let's get on with it, and you'll see how it works. So first thing is, I've put a jack underneath the lower control arm, because we have to take the pressure off the shock absorber to undo the nuts above. So what we're going to do is, as you can see, just taking the pressure off, and you can see the shock absorber slightly compressing, and that's just so that we've taken some of the tension off the spring, so we can undo these front top screws up here. Okay, now I've got the tension off of the shock absorber. I'm going to do these 13mm nuts. Okay, so now I have to undo this pin which is holding the bottom of the shock absorber. I'm just getting my ratchet. It's easy enough. Off. And then I'm just going to tap this out with my rubber mallet. Got this, tap it out. There we go, that's come out. As you can see, the shock is now loose. However, we still need to undo these so we can get the shock out. So 13mm. Right, as you can see, this comes off. Wire at the top, you push the clip in, it pops up. There's this wire. There we go. The hub is out. The shock is out. Check one side. Now, hopefully you can see this. This is the top end, and this comes off. You've got this bushing which still looks in good order, but more importantly, I want to highlight this. Let me show you what's going on here. This bottom bushing is totally knackered, as you can see, and this is the new one. Now when you get the Ferrari shocks, you have to put these in yourself, which I'd use a bush puller to get those in, but yeah, you can see that that's not even centre. It's this is a lot stiffer. Is get this end piece off here. So this is just where the wire clips in. Now I want to take the tension off, and I've got these superb spring compressors. This, we get new hardware with the new shock. So we'll be reusing this rubber. We've got a new one of those. I'm going to take this out. We've got a new one of these. These ones are specifically for the cars with the HGTE handling pack, and they've got the green thing on here. And we've got a new one of these as well. So this is pretty much shot, you can see leaks everywhere. But we don't need this. However, I do want the spring and all this stuff. So I'm just going to go to the parts washer and clean it all off, because it's full of oil and gunk. Okay, I've run this through the parts washer. It's all nice and clean, but I just want to show you the comparison. This is the old shock and this is the new shock. Okay, so this is set at 62, but all the other three shocks I just checked at 58, so I'm going to set it at 58, and that's the thing to do. Don't know why this one's at a different 58. It's now, here is the replacement bump stop. Move this to the side. Get this out. Ferrari genuine parts. New one of those, new one of those, new one of those, new one of those, new one of these. Here's the, oh, yep, so if you can see, obviously well compressed. And this is the one we're actually replacing. See the difference? Use these pieces of paper. So, put one of these in. So this goes in here. Up. That's ready to go in, I guess. Okay, so I took some brake clean and got rid of all the liquid that had leaked out everywhere out of the shock absorber to clean it all up, so you can see all this is nice and clean now. Next is obviously, oops, sorry about that, trying to film and doing installation, it's not easy. So this is going back in. That's one, and we are done. there we have it. All done. Rear shock. Not bad if you ask me.